a Loxodon Smiter on Matt's side, and then on Chris's side, Thragtusk. Is that a beast token, I'm guessing?
Yeah, we'll figure out what token that is in a minute. We'll get the right token on the board there. Right now, that's a Ruben Bressler token.
Okay, Ruben Bressler token.
But Ruben could be anything, even a Jungle Weaver, so we'll get the right thing out there.
Yeah, and just by looking at the board state, it looks like Matt's favored here. I mean, I do see it on barrel rights, unless Chris has, you know, a Crater Hoof in his board, in his graveyard. I'm not sure if he's playing it.
Could be an Angel of Serenity down there as well.
We'll take
a look at the deck list here for Chris. Crater Hoof Behemoth you're not going to find. 3 Angel of Serenities, of course, you are going to find here. Chris playing Junk Reanimator to the old standby that him and Brian Bronduin are always playing. Deck list is a little bit different than we've seen over the past couple of weeks. They're always updating as they do play. You're going to find 4 Restoration Angels along with 3 Acidic Slimes that we see on barrel rights targeting something here. It's a Restoration Angel blinking the Thragtusk. But some of the neater cards that you're going to find here in the main deck, Gerard, are 2 copies of Sin Collector in the main.
Oh, awesome.
And then 3 Fiend Hunters in the main deck as well.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
kind of a nod towards some of the more aggressive decks in the format.
A couple of good 3-drops.
Yep.
You know, Fiend Hunter, Sin Collector.
No Lingering Souls this week.
Okay. That seems fair. So Matt draws his card for the turn. I think, oh, it looks like a Ground Seal.
Yep.
All right, about a turn too late.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
As our life totals are updated now.
Oh yeah, Matt's at 1. Okay,
yeah, this is the world difference, and Chris is at 28.
Yeah.
So I was agreeing. I agree with you that when we walked in, we thought, you know, maybe Matthew was doing okay.
I was also kind of wondering why Thundermaw Hawkeye was not tapped.
On defense?
Like, why is it on defense? So it makes sense. So it looks like there might be a game 3. Since Matt's just at 1 life, he's gonna have to play another blocker. That's for sure. So we'll see what happens. All right.
You see him taking a look at his graveyard, identifying his options. He did draw a card off that Ground Seal. Is it a helpful one? That's the big question here. As we take a look at his deck,
I think it was a Gore Clan Rampager. I think he drew.
Okay. All right, he's going to pick him up. So as these players are going to be shuffling and sideboarding here for Game 3, we're going to have the opportunity to take a look at both their deck lists. We'll go over Beverley's because it's a little bit different than Chris's. You guys are probably very familiar with Junk Reanimator at this point. What do we have here, Gerard?
All right, pretty much we have a Naya build. It could be compared to Eric Froelic's deck that he made the top 4, I believe, with at Pro Tour Montreal. He has 3 Gore Clan Rampagers, he has Loxodon Smiters, he has Arbor Elf, he has Voice of Resurgence, Boar's Reckoner, Thunderbolt Huckite, Abscess Pilgrim. All right, and he has a couple of Huntmaster of the Fellas, Bonfire of the Dams, Domerades. He has a Boros Charm, and he has a Sigarda, and he has a couple of new cards from Dragon Maze. He has the Tajik Blade of the Legion.
All right, the indestructible guild champion.
Yeah, 4 mana, 2/2, and it's indestructible.
Yep.
But when it attacks with Battalion, instead of a 2/2, it's a 7/7.
Yeah.
All right, so super powerful. And he also has a Ruach Thar the Unborn.
The Unbowed.
Unbound. Sorry
6/6 vigilance. Haste has to attack every turn. Whenever someone plays a spell, they take 6 damage.
Exactly.
So super powerful card there as well.
Yeah. So that's his Naya deck.
Okay. So that's his main deck. I mean, just a lot of big dummies. Some good spells to go along with them in Domri and Bonfire of the Damned, and that 1 Miser's Boros Charm. Of course, Domri, when you are playing that card, you want to have a very high creature count. We count the creatures in his deck. I mean, we're over 20 here. We're close to 30.
Yeah, I think it's 32, right? It's all but 8, or maybe 30.
Yeah, we're at 30.
30? Okay, so 30 creatures in his deck, and just 3 Bonfire of the Dams, 4 Domerades, and 1 Boros Charm.
And so we take a look at his sideboard now. Of course, he is against Junk Reanimator, which he does know.
Yeah.
And we saw a Ground Seal there in game number 2. So some number of those in his sideboard, which are 2 of those. And then anything else in particular for this matchup, we think?
Well, he's got 3 Unflinching Courages, pretty much a new Armadillo Cloak.
Okay.
So he's not going to be bringing those in. Those are pretty much for really aggressive decks you want. Garruk Relentless, probably not. Maybe.
We've seen some people sideboard this in as a way to control the mana accelerants from Junk Reanimator. They can play a more honest game by having to cast their threats and actually draw their lands. It's the thing with Garruk is it's super dependent on if you're on the play or the draw.
Exactly.
If you're on the draw, it's very poor. If you're on the play and you can play it on turn 3, it's actually quite good.
Okay. So maybe Garruk. Advent of the Worm. Probably not. Definitely he's going to bring in 2 Selesnya Charms. Yep. He wants an answer to Angel of Serenity. Yep. Wear and Tear. Probably not. There's nothing he really wants to kill. Rare Revelation, again, no. And Blasphemous Act, probably not, but maybe it's...
I don't know. The thing that's difficult here for Beverley's deck is, like, he's a Domri Rod deck.
Yeah.
So as a result, you know, he has these spells that he can sideboard in, and Celestia Charm and Garrett Relentless and Ground Seal, heck, even Advent of the Worm. But if you do that, you're decreasing your consistency on hitting with Domri's +1.
Sure.
And that's not something he wants to do, which you can see by how he's built his deck, his main deck, by having these 30 creatures.
Yeah.
So it's difficult, you know, if you're going to make those sideboard decisions, what cards are you going to sideboard out? Because, like, are you going to sideboard out your Domri's, which is what your deck is kind of built around?
Yeah,
Are
it's
you going to
tough.
sideboard out your Bonfires, which are, you know, part of the reason you're playing that card is because it's so good against Chunk Reanimator or controlling the mana accelerants.
Yeah. All right. So Matt will be on the play of this game, and looks like he's going to keep his hand. I saw a couple of lands. I saw a Celestia Charm, so that's all you really need.
Yeah. Chris taking a look at his 7. I'm not sure if he's going to keep a mulligan just yet, as we do a brief overview of his sideboard of 1 Sin Collector, an Acidic Slime, 2 Garruk Relentless, 2 Obsidian Ghost Council, as Chris is going to take a mulligan, 1 Sever the Bloodline, 2 Abrupt Decay, 2 Deathrite Shaman, 3 Voice of Resurgence, and a Thrag Tusk. Now, you know, none of these cards really jump out to me as great in the Naya matchup outside of Obsidian Ghost Council, just because it is a big body, kind of flickers back and forth, but is that what he really needs in this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, I can see him bringing in the Obsidian. I can see him bringing in the Thrag Tusk. The 2 Abrupt Decays are pretty nice. You know, kill Boar's Reckoner, kill Loxodon Smiter. But I would agree with you. Nothing's like, you know, wow, this card is awesome in this matchup, and Matt's going to be in trouble. Everything's just kind of slightly improving his deck, making it more streamlined now against Naya.
You know, he does have a cards that he can certainly sideboard out. You know, these 2 Sin Collectors are not doing very much in this matchup at all.
At all, yeah.
You know, so those are going to come out. And then the question you kind of have to ask yourself for your Chris is, do I want to sideboard out my Fiend Hunters? Because yes, my Fiend Hunters have fantastic targets, but at the same time, when my opponent has Domri Rad in their deck, it's very easy for them to kill with the fighting, and then what has my Fiend Hunter even accomplished?
Yeah. So it's and you know, Garruk Relentless is also nice to take out the small creatures like you said, so that's another thing right there.
So Chris is happy on 6 as we are underway game number 3 here in round 2 of the Star City Games Open Series here in Somerset. If you guys are just joining us, Cedric Phillips, Gerard Fabiano here in the booth. You can tweet at us at SCG Live, hashtag SCGNJ. We'll be checking your tweets all this weekend, as Gerard and I are pretty active on the Twitter sphere.
Yeah, we are, yeah. All right, so Matt, kind of a slow draw, no 2-drop, no 1-drop. Guess he, you know, it feels like Matt probably has like a Dome Ride in his hand.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would you keep this hand?
Yeah.
So we'll see if that's the case.
Let's
I do see a Boros Reckoner.
Something's coming down on turn 3.
Yeah, definitely.
We can almost assure that.
All right,
There's
so
a Boros
Reckoner.
For Chris, he had to name Elf with that Cavern of Souls, and he did not have a forest to untap with it, but he does peel a forest off the top for his Arbor Elf, so
it access to 4 mana.
Work.
Yeah, you know. Once you hit 4 mana with Junk Reanimator, you're starting to be in pretty good shape.
And that green mana is super important for a magnitude of reasons. You see the Abrupt Decay in Chris's hand. You know, the deck does have Mulch and Grizzly Salvage. There is that Abrupt Decay to take care of that Boros Reckoner, and here comes the Arbor Elf.
All right, so attacks for 1. Matt will draw for his turn. There's a Boros Charm. Now, it looks like he's missing white mana, unless he's been... Okay.
There's a Sun Pearl.
So he has it. So he could play Gorklam Rampager or Voice of Resurgence. I think I would play Gorklam Rampager.
Just use all your mana.
Yeah, just use all your mana. Hopefully next turn Matt maybe draws another white source, so you can have Boros Charm up, Celestia Charm up, along with Voice of Resurgence in play.
Chris draws this card this turn. It looks like it's a new art god that's trying to go along with that Cavern of Souls, that Thrag Tusk, and Sever the Bloodline in his hand. Also has Angel of Serenity there in the back. Of course, when you're playing this deck, Gerard, most of the times with Cavern of Souls, you want to name Angel.
Yeah, you do, because it's triple white.
Yep.
It's tough to cast, and you know sometimes the Arbor Elf doesn't help you cast it. So,
but that Cavern of Souls had to name Elf to get Arbor Elf into play. We'll see what the second of Cavern of Souls is naming. Likely Angel on that one, yeah. Okay. So that one does name Angel. Now Thragtusk is in play here to kind of tussle with that Gorkline Rampager, a fight that Thragtusk oftentimes does win.
All right, so it looks like Matt drew another Celestia Charm. So I think Matt right here might want to just kind of play a long game and not even bother to attack. He might just want to get down a Voice of Resurgence and pass the turn. What are your thoughts on that? Because if he attacks, he's going to have to use his mana to Celestia Charm to save his Gorkline Rampager. So I wouldn't mind him just playing Voice and passing the turn.
I think I would be, you know, if you're mad, there's a lot of things that are going through your head right now, right? You know, I kind of want to play a longer game and save these Celestia Charms for Angel Serenity. At the same time, I'm a little bit scared of Restoration Angel on the Thragtusk.
Yeah.
And I'd like to be able to attack and start to get this game over with.
Yeah, it's close.
So I can see a reason for Celestia Charming that, exiling it, so there are no Unburial Rights. I don't have to worry about Restoration Angel when he does name Angel off of Cavern.
Okay.
And I do have a backup Celestia Charm for Angel of Serenity.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I can see that line of play. I can also see a line of play of just playing Voice of Research and saying go too.
Yeah. So stuff.
So I want to get that thing on the table.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
So here's your Godless Shrine. Here is your
Acidic Slime. Ooh, wow. He's going to take out the Sun Petal Grove. That's going to be really good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Bronduan, I know he's here. He might not be watching, but he's smiling somewhere.
Yeah, let's see what Matt draws.
Takes care of Matt's only white source right now.
And it was not a land. It is a Huntmaster. Okay, Huntmaster. Huntmaster will do some work here. Matt will be able to flip it next turn if he doesn't play a spell. So I think right now Matt's probably still favored even without white mana. Just the fact that if he does draw white mana, he has a couple of really good spells that can help him, perceive the game.
I mean, it's tough. Every turn that goes by, Chris is closer and closer to casting Angel Serenity, and then his attacks get better, and he can close the door so quickly on the game because yes, Matt does get his creatures back from Angel Serenity, but he doesn't have enough lands to deploy them very quickly.
That is true. Because then he can only play maybe like one spell a turn. It might not be that impactful. Like a Voice of Resurgence on turn 8 or 9 of the game is not going to do too much.
Yeah.
I actually thought he might have slided out his Voice of Resurgence.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. I don't know. Maybe Voice of Resurgence is getting too much hype.
At the end of the day, it is still a 2-mana 2/2.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's still just a Grizzly Bear. It does have a lot of text for a Grizzly Bear.
Yeah.
Maybe the most text of all time on a Grizzly Bear.
Well, it's still a Grizzly Bear. You're right. Yeah. I feel like there's other cards like that. 2-mana 2/2, put a 1/1 token into play. There's like Goblin War Marshal, right?
Yeah, the Mog War Marshal. Yeah, 1/1 instead of a 2/2. But I mean, I understand. Puts one into play. Puts one when it dies. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Because a 2/2 doesn't stand up good against a Thragtusk, doesn't stand up good against a 3/3 beast. So,
and one thing that Junk Reanimator is really not doing is casting instants, in the way that you would like to punish them. As you see, Sever the Bloodline going to take care of the Huntmaster the foes for good.
Yeah, Severing is in, yeah. So,
last 2 cards for Chris are Angel of Serenity and Thragtusk.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. So, knowing their hands, Chris definitely has the advantage this game. I was only looking at Matt's hand and was envisioning Chris had 0 cards in his hand.
Sure.
So.
Temple Garden, the draw here for Matt this turn. Here comes Gorklan Rampager.
I think I might double block here. No, you can't. You could never lose Arbor Elf.
No, you can never let Arbor Elf go at this point.
Yeah, especially with Angel Serenity. Because
Temple Garden.
He's just 1 mana away from casting.
He has the necessary white mana.
Yeah.
And there's Voice of Resurgence post combat.
All right, so there we see Voice of Resurgence on the screen.
Overgrown Tomb can't come into play fast enough for Chris. He takes it right off the top, deals himself 2 damage. And you can look at Voice of Resurgence right now, but that's going away, and Angel of Serenity's coming into play to take care of all 3 of these guys. He's going to wipe the board. Wipe the board, attack for 5, and it's lethal next turn, right? Yeah.
Attacks Matt down to 9 life, and then next turn he's got way more than 9 points of damage on the board. Looks like he has 11.
This is kind of the issue, right? Where, Matthew does have the answer.
Oh, he does. He has the Celestia Charm.
He has the Celestia Charm. Okay. But again, can he deploy all of his threats in time? As you're going to see him play a Boros Reckoner and pass the turn back. And Boros Reckoner actually does a pretty nice job of being a brick wall right now. Chris does have the Sever the Bloodline to flash back in his graveyard. He does draw an Absence Pilgrim for the turn.
5. Yeah, he does have 7 mana. Yeah, I would just flash it back. Yeah, bring him up to 4 life.
It brings Beverley down to 4, but we know that Matt does have that Gorklan Rampager in his hand that can kind of stabilize things a little bit here. It's an uphill climb.
Yeah, it's tough. This game was kind of back and forth. Chris had the mulligan, and then it looked like Matt had a decent start. But the Acidic Slime was really key.
Yeah. Now imagine, Gerard, for a moment, if Beverley peels a top deck Bonfire of the Damned.
Ooh, that would be nice. Oh! Whoa, that's pretty sick. Wow. All right, so there's a Bonfire for 4.
Clears up everything for VanMeter.
Ooh.
Chris draws a flip card.
Garrick. It must be a Garrick.
Yeah, it's got to be Garrick Relentless.
Yeah, so he can either play Garrick or Thragtusk here. I think I like Thragtusk. Like Thragtusk Elf, I think he has in his hand too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this line of play that Chris is taking. All right, so now Matt can kind of use a land that comes to play untapped. That wouldn't be that bad.
That would be a good start.
Yeah, so he could just play 2 spells this turn.
Let's see what the draw is here for this turn.
This is exciting too. Like the time's ticking down too. We're closing about 5 minutes. 4 life for Matt.
uphill
Now, I don't know if you
climb.
noticed so far that Boros Charm has been absolutely dead.
Yeah,
in his
the
hand.
entire time.
Yeah, and normally you don't really would expect Boros Charm to be good against a Junk Reanimator deck.
Yeah.
It's either, you know, maybe against a control deck that's going to have Supreme Verdict, maybe against like a really heavy removal deck like Jund, save your guys from a bonfire. But against Junk Reanimator, I'm kind of surprised to see Boros Charm in.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh, so
it was Beverley with a Temple Garden.
Temple Garden. So can he go down to 2 life? I mean, he could, but should he?
Yeah, that's the big question here.
Yeah, I think he has to.
There's Voice of Resurgence.
Yeah.
He goes down to 2.
All right.
Here's Goreclan Rampager, passes the turn back.
So now,
ironically enough,
yeah,
if Chris does fight the Voice of Resurgence because of its Leaves play trigger,
exactly,
he'll get a 2/2.
So Chris just draws an isolated Chapel, I believe. So that's not really going to help him here, especially with 7 lands already in play.
Now here's
or 7 mana sources already in play.
So it doesn't look like Chris can win this turn.
You know, so what do you think his line is here?
I think it starts with just attack with Thragtusk.
Only Thragtusk? Okay.
I don't think attacking with the Pilgrim gets anything done.
Yeah.
And now the question here for Beverley is, do I block with this or do I block with the Rampager? I mean, in theory, this is a chump, but you're getting a guy, but then the guy dies to Garruk. Yeah. But he doesn't know that he has Garruk in his hand.
Yeah, I think he has to chump right there.
So now the Elemental is going to come into play.
Okay, so right now it's going to be a 2/2.
Yep.
All right.
So now Chris is going to play
Garruk.
He's going to fight that, and now Garruk's going to flip into Garruk the Veil Curse, and now he's threatening the ability to search.
But Matt now has that Boros Charm, so if he doesn't draw a creature that he feels like he can't attack the Garruk with the Rampager, because he could just attack and kill the Garruk.
Sure.
He could Boros Charm Chris, redirect to the Garruk.
Oh no.
Wait, is that a bonfire? I think I should just saw Chris give a little like, are you serious? Is that another bonfire? If it is, that's gonna be really good here.
If that's a bonfire of the damned, I would cast it.
But only
for my god!
Wow! All right, that was
so. Wow! Bonfire for 3 off the top. Kills the Garruk, kills the Thragtusk, kills the Pilgrim. Beast Token comes into play, but a 3/3 is better than a 4/4.
Yeah, and I think Matt just has to pass because all he has is Boros Charm, and if he attacks, it's just game over.
But it leaves Boros Charm up in case maybe Chris draws a removal spell.
Yeah, let's see.
Chris draws a card. It's a
Pilgrim. Not going to help too much here. Wow, exciting game.
Go on, Beverley, miracle that bonfire.
Yeah, right? And people started to stop playing Bonfire. I don't know why. It's like Bonfire's only in Jund. It should be in every deck. I mean, I guess it's in the Naya deck and the red-green, but miracles.
Let's see what Beverley draws.
Ooh.
That's not another Bonfire. Yeah, okay, not another Bonfire.
But it looks like a spell.
Or can't make it out. It looks like a spell. You're right.
I think it's a spell.
I mean, he's reaching.
Oh, it's a wolf run. Oh, yeah. I knew it was just not like a regular land, you know?
Okay.
But he can't do anything with it, right?
Nope, still can't do anything.
Yeah. So
okay, well, let's see. If he attacks here, because Boros Charm double strike.
Yeah, no.
So how much can he deal?
It's not enough because he could only do it for a 6, so he can only double strike it to a 12.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So it looks like Matt is turn 0. So time has been called. All right. So this is an insane game. Now, if you look at it from Chris' perspective, if Chris draws another Pilgrim, he's happy with it.
Yep.
Just anything.
Spells are all Chris wants right now. He draws. It's an overgrown 2.
Ooh, it's a land.
So that's a land. Chris's turn 1.
Ooh,
Chris's turn 1.
I'm getting excited. Let's see.
Matthew draws.
This is turn 2.
Turn 2.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Wait. No.
No.
Is it really a bonfire? I'm not sure.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I can't. No.
No.
Okay.
Ooh, it must be.
Oh boy.
You know what? It must be like a smiter. Something like that.
Yeah. If he's attacking, I mean that's a spell. If he's attacking, we certainly know that.
Yeah.
Which spell is it? Is the big question.
I think it's maybe a smiter. You know what? Maybe it's going to be the Blade of the Legion.
Okay. Tajik Blade of the Legion.
Yeah, it might be Tajik.
We'll find out what spell it is. First, we have to address what Chris is going to do on this attack, which looks like he's going to take 4. Big follow-up here. 3, 5.
Ooh, Sigarda. Wow. So this is Chris's last turn for him to draw something, or he loses the game. Chris is going to be turn 3, but Matt's going to win on turn 4 if Chris bricks off. Let's see.
Draws a card.
Unburial Rites? Or no?
Can't tell. It's a black. I think that's an Unburial Rites.
It is? So he has enough mana to cast it and flash it back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5.
Right?
Yeah, he can. Well, he has that land in his hand, so he can cast it and flash it back.
And it's really important because he has to be able to acidic slime that wolf run.
Yeah.
So this game could be a draw now, unless Matt rips something.
All right, so there's your land, there's your Unburial Rights. Let's see what he's going to target. He's going to play a threat. He's going to get back Thragtusk, gain himself 5 life. He's going to flashback Unburial Rights. He's going to target Acidic Slime. Take care of that Kessid Wolf.
Oh, wow. So now Matt's in danger of losing.
He's very much in danger of losing because Chris, this is turn 3 and Chris has turn 5.
Wait, hold on a second. Boros Charm is all creatures get indestructible or all permanents? It's all permanents.
Get indestructible?
Yes.
Yeah, but he couldn't cast it.
Oh, he didn't. Oh, yes, you're right.
Disregard
I'm sorry.
double white.
Okay,
Yeah,
double white. Yeah. All right, so
not bonfire.
Not bonfire. Maybe just a land. He needs to have a spell there.
He needs a creature or he dies.
Yeah.
What an unbelievable draw on Burial Rights last turn.
And so far, that Boros Charm, we said it was dead. Then all of a sudden, we thought it might bring some hope.
Yep.
But now it seems to be dead again.
Oh, this is a creature. I'm pretty sure.
Checking his graveyard.
This is...
Oh, those are ground seal.
All right, we got some redraws.
Redraws.
A turn late on the ground seal again.
Yeah.
Draws a card. Is that a Thunder? I think that's a Thundermaw.
A Thundermaw?
Oh my god.
Oh wow, and he's one mana short.
Oh my god.
Wow. That's... Wow, what a great game. It's only round 2.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, now do you think there's any way Matt could attack and force Chris to, like... No, I think Chris...
The problem here is that we're in turns. So, like, Chris is turn 5, so, like, there's no reason for Chris just not to go, all right, turn them all sideways.
Yeah, exactly,
like, if it doesn't work,
it's
it's a draw. If it does work, you're dead.
Yeah.
So it's an actual free roll on his next turn.
And there's no way that, you know, by him attacking with the Warclan Rampager, Chris might throw... I mean,
something.
Yeah. Chris has such a high life total, there's really no reason why he'll have to fear anything, you know? Yeah, so it looks like Chris is going to take down this match.
Oh my gosh.
It's really exciting. Chris is going to win after 2 Miracle Bonfires. Almost in consecutive turns. I think it was like Miracle Bonfire, something happened, Miracle Bonfire. There's only like a turn or 2 that went by in between.
Yeah. So Beverly's going to attack with his 2 dice, try to induce a mistake on Chris's end.
Yeah, maybe Chris might try to play around double Boros Charm that might... But I don't even think that's going to matter. So definitely an exciting game.
I mean, this attack here is just a free roll for Beverly.
Yeah,
you know.
No, it's not. Well, yes, yeah, free roll for Beverly, but Beverly's most likely going to lose the game. It's a free roll that's not going to work out.
Yeah,
this is turn 4.
Yeah.
So you know what's interesting? Game 2, Matt drew the ground seal the turn after the Unburial Rights. So again.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. So Chris just blocks. And Chris will get a beast token.
That's like pretty much like the most idiot-proof block there, because like whatever goes wrong.
Oh, the Blasphemous Deck! No way! That's insane. We thought it was the Thunderbolt Hellkite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and it's a draw. Insane!
Oh my god!
Insane! Because all Chris had to do was not block with Thragtusk. If he doesn't block with
Thragtusk,
my god! Wow! That's insane. That was excellent.
That was insane.
Yeah. And that's just a land, so it's a draw.
That's a draw.
Oh wow. Sandra, just give me a high five or something. Seriously. that game was awesome.
That was insane. We thought it was a Thunderbolt Hellkite.
Yes. You said Thunderbolt Hellkite. I was like convinced it was Thunderbolt. He only has 1 blast
and his sideboard.
We said maybe he'll bring it in, maybe not. Wow, excellent game. And Chris is probably, you know, I don't want to say.
We're about to see the game over.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow, look at he's stunned because he knows all he had to do. Yeah,